WNBA training camp has officially kicked off, and the Indiana Fever are giving us an inside look at their very first scrimmage.
Right, excited about the opportunity we have. Starts right now. The devil's in the details. Everything we do, detail-oriented, purposeful.
Beep, 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 beep. Let's go, day one.
The WNBA is in complete chaos after Caitlin Clark released some crazy training videos. They all did all they could to her during the previous season. Yet she still won Rookie of the Year. I suppose they weren't prepared for this degree of brutality.
We're running a fast break. Caitlin Clark's hits her signature three.
She has returned much stronger, and while Angel is over there criticizing her, she is still active on Instagram and TikTok as if that will help her on the court.
In true Caitlin Clark fashion, I think she even commented on Instagram, like, not sure why I celebrated like that. So anyway, still shooting the way that Caitlin Clark does.
And trust me when I say that if you're even slightly anticipating the new season, which premieres next week, you really must watch this video because your very own Caitlin Clark, who shocked everyone last season by becoming a record-breaking college player, is returning with an entirely new level of strength and versatility.
You're ready for the speed of how things are going to move. I think that having that under your belt is kind of what's helped me the most here. But at the same time, like, it's a learning process for all of us.
Let's talk about Caitlin's offseason transformation. You've seen the buzz, right? The girl got jacked, and it's not just for show. Her arms are bigger, her legs are stronger, and she's more than ready to handle the chaos of the WNBA's physicality. So, yes, your Angel and Kennedy Carter better be ready this time, but oops. It looks like Kennedy has already been guessed. She's out here playing a complete game. Not just hitting deep threes, she's basically throwing off defenders with off-ball screens, making it look like they're still warming up the pace and physicality. Karma is no longer going to the court on her behalf.
The pace and physicality and all of that, you're used to it, you're ready for it.
And while Clark is already well known for her shooting, she is now making plays, helping, and directing her team's offensive flow. In all honesty, she appears to be a complete playmaker, which is the kind of transformation the Fever need if they are serious about winning a title.
Reality of the WNBA, she had to figure that out. She was just thrown in the fire and she had to figure it out. Now she knows what to expect going into this season, and she also has veteran players around her to help her and to help lead this team.
This was my main emphasis, but the real kicker is about to come. It's not just Caitlin who is drawing attention. Dana Bonder's relationship with the Fever is incredible at the moment. The combination of experience and undeveloped skill is genuine. And let's just say that Dana Bonner is already behaving like the floor general they sorely needed. Natasha Howard and Sophie Cunningham have magically merged into this squad, as if they have been playing together for years.
Caitlin also is going into her second year. She understands the WNBA a little bit better than she did year one. It kind of smacked her in the face, reality that she took, and she ran with it, and she exceeded everyone's expectations.
If you had told me this was the team's initial setup a few months ago, I would have called you insane. But now that we're here, they're already operating like a well-oiled machine. She's calling shots, keeping the pace steady, and yes, making everyone else look better.
That was like my biggest focus in the offseason, was just trying to get stronger and really working on that. And really thankful for Sarah, our strength and conditioning coach, like put in a lot of time with me, and we were in here consistently. Like, I think that was the biggest thing for myself, is just having that consistency.
And speaking of well-oiled machines, Coach Stephanie White's defense drills are already paying off. The Fever's defensive rotations, which they have previously struggled with, are looking excellent. And the team is playing with a level of chemistry that most teams don't find until the middle of the season. Trust me, that will be crucial when they're vying for the top spot.
It's going to help me offensively. It's going to help me defensively. It's going to help me not get as tired throughout games. So yeah, definitely one of the focus points of my off season is just getting stronger, and even through these 2 practices, like I can certainly feel it.
And let me tell you, if you thought the drama from the previous season was intense, the Indiana Fever's training camp is going to make it seem easy. With only 11 or 12 spots remaining, these athletes are vying for their careers. It's really a pressure cooker as 15 players risk everything for a chance at the 2025 season.
Entire offseason to focus on strength. I feel like she is finally able to build the kind of muscle and muscle mass that she needs for the WNBA season, especially with the physicality of the WNBA.
When every play is being examined as if your life depended on it, mistakes are not tolerated. One slip up, one poor move, and you're out. Coach Stephanie White is not here to provide babysitting. She is making it plain that only the top players will make the final squad, and that you should leave if you can't stand the heat.
I thought it would feel kind of long and drag a little bit, but it goes way quicker than you think. But that rest aspect for myself, just getting my body where it needed to be and really working on things that I needed to work.
The players who were essentially thought of as long shots are suddenly turning up and demonstrating that they deserve a chance, which is crazy. Jaylen Brown and Jillian Allen entered the camp with as much fanfare as a soggy napkin, but suddenly they're out there demanding attention with plays.
It will hopefully not take as much time as it did last season for these players to find each other and figure out each other.
Allen has been quietly dominating in scrimmages, making a compelling argument for her retention. And Brown's work ethic has been nothing short of ridiculous. These gamers are hungry, grinding, and prepared to leave their imprint. They are here to survive the league, not just the camp. This competition isn't just difficult. It's a gladiatorial match, and only the strongest will survive.
Is essentially a brand new team, a brand new coaching staff. And as much as all of us have been so excited to see these players get after it on the court, because on paper, this looks like a stacked team. This team looks so much better than they were last year.
And let's not forget about the Fever's defense, which finished 11th in defensive efficiency the previous season, but is now looking like a whole different beast. Thanks to Coach White's incredible revamp, every drill and scrimmage is as intense as the final 30 seconds of a game. Even the veterans are astounded by how quickly the team is clicking on the defensive end. The Fever answered, "Yeah, let's fix that," and went into camp with a vengeance.
The way that they are moving on defense, this first unit, is just really promising. So let's continue.
Now, let's talk about Natasha Howard. This woman is sending messages with every move she makes. That block during the scrimmage was not your typical swat. Rather, it was a declaration that the Fever are no longer the team you walk past. Howard is playing at an elite level, and her presence on the court is already altering the course of the game.
Their defense is moving really well together, and that is something that I've heard in interview clips, I've seen in different things on social media. That is one thing that the Indiana Fever do want to focus on, and that is something that Stephanie White has had an emphasis on.
The Fever's defense used to be a farce, but nowadays they're the ones forcing stops, forcing turnovers, and swarming everyone who attempts to score on them. Howard is a force, and their opponents will experience the game quite differently when she is on the floor.
Natasha Howard is everywhere on the court. She is going to hustle.
The Fever's defense is improving, and with Howard and Bonner at the forefront, they appear to be a major issue. The defensive rotations are fluid, and there is good communication.
People are to see this new Indiana Fever team.
You can already tell that their efforts are paying off because they are starting to rank among the hardest teams to score against, which is precisely what they need to do to step up their game. If they continue at this rate, the 2025 season will be a nightmare for anyone who believes they can walk in and win easily.
Is DeWanna Bonner, because she is just someone, she's a veteran, she's in the right place at the right time, even though this is the first time that they're on the court together and they're still like working out their offenses, figuring out each other's play style.
Under Coach Stephanie White, the Indiana Fever have completely revamped their offensive scheme for the 2025 campaign. And I can assure you that it's a game changer. Bid farewell to the era of plotting, predictable plays, and stale sets. This offensive revolution is all about speed spacing and fluidity. And the Fever are pushing the tempo, making lightning-fast transitions up the court. And keeping defenses on their toes, the team is currently running a high-paced Golden State Warriors-inspired defense, and it is already paying off greatly in training camp. The ball moves crazily, as if it's trying to perplex everyone who is watching.
And I think the jumping from season 1 to season 2 players can also make a really big jump. So I'm excited to see her growth from year 1 and year 2. And she hasn't reached her ceiling yet either, so I'm really excited to watch her growth as well.
Every possession seems to be planned to surprise the defense. The Fever aren't merely running plays. They're flowing. It's like a masterfully planned dance in which every player is essential to the equation and the ball never stops. This isn't just defense. It's an all-out assault meant to overwhelm anyone unlucky enough to be on the opposing side.
Wow. Great rotation. Good. Good. Right? So you gotta listen. You don't go until she says go. Yeah. Because
Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, has taken on a position she has never had before, that of a facilitator, and is now leading the offense, setting up plays, and making room for her teammates. She is no longer only the deadly scorer we know.
One advantage that we have is that we're longish, right? So now we got to use our length. So don't make yourself small.
Her off-ball movement, which we all witness work wonders for the Warriors, is now a major component of her game. She's setting screens, moving to get open, and being a constant threat. Whether or not she has the ball, she's not just waiting for a shot or taking down defenders one-on-one anymore. This change is huge for Clark, but guess what? It's already paying off in training camp. She's not just scoring. She's also creating and threading the needle with some ridiculous passes that are opening lanes. For everyone else, her ability to play both as a creator and a scorer is giving the Fever something they didn't have the previous season. She's transformed the offense into a dynamic, ever-evolving beast, and now her presence isn't just a threat to shoot, it's the engine that propels the entire offense. Players such as Kelsey Mitchell and Dana Bonner, the Fever's 5-out offense is essentially made to give opposing teams a nightmare. All 5 players can shoot from the perimeter in a 5-out offense, which extends the floor and forces defenders to put in extra effort. This gives Clark more driving lanes and gives players like Bonner and Mitchell, who are both deadly from deep, open shots as a result. Opposing teams will have to decide whether to cover the perimeter or protect the paint. And either way, they will lose. What do you think? Are the Fever going to completely change the WNBA with this new offense? Or is this just more preseason hype? Leave your comments below with your opinions.